Just in case you've forgotten, let me tell you just in who the hell I am.
To the beautiful peeps, my name is Rayma, and welcome to the Rayma Rant. So, if y'all haven't figured it out by now, today's rant is about some good old-fashioned wrestling. And you know what? I got this part. So I figured, why not? We're talking about wrestling. Why not hold my championship belt? I know you're jealous. Don't worry. One day, you too. Just know, the champ is here. Okay. I promise. That's the last cheesy type promo thing I'll do. I can't help it. I get excited when I hold this thing. Actually, I gotta recant on that promise. I can't make any promises when I hold this. It is what it is. Okay, so I think for this Rayma Rant, we might have to rebrand it just for this one episode, the Wrestle Rant. Because like I said, we're gonna talk about some good old-fashioned wrestling. And you know what time it is? It's WrestleMania season. You know, I know we're roughly about a week out, but the main event for wrestling, the whole season of wrestling, if there is actually a season, this is it, the main event. And you know what? I'm gonna be talking predictions on the show. So let's talk WrestleMania, and let's start with how long the show is gonna be. I've been hearing this online, reading and seeing it online from a lot of the other podcasts, that the show is gonna be like 5 hours, and then you've got the pre-show that's another 2 hours. It's 7 hours of wrestling. It's a long time to hold in your pee, so plan your breaks accordingly, because this is WWE. Let's admit, not everything they do is gold. So I'm sure you'll have your breaks to make. So let's start with the kickoff. And on the kickoff, I think they might start with the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. It's great they got something for Andre the Giant, but honestly, this is kind of pointless. It's for all the wrestlers that didn't make it onto the show to have some sort of WrestleMania moment. And I mean, that's cool, but I just pray both of the tag champs are not in this battle royal, because currently they don't have anything set for either tag championships right now. So hopefully they're not in it. And you know, I mean, it's comic relief. You got the correspondents from Saturday Night Live in the match with a beef with Braun Strowman. Like, really? Like, even what they're doing with Strowman. Oh my God. What an awful spot for this guy. How the mighty have fallen, right? I mean, they could have definitely booked him better, but it is what it is. Moving along. My prediction? That's pretty much what it is. Moving along, I don't really care who wins. So now, fully moving on, the Cruiserweight Championship. And, you know, they'll always be on the kickoff, but they always put on some great shows, the Cruiserweights. But let's be honest, the stories for 205 Live, I mean, I don't pay attention. I don't know what's going on because I don't watch it. Maybe some of y'all out there do, but I'm not that dedicated. And I know it's Tony Nese, great athlete, going up against Buddy Murphy for his Cruiserweight Championship. But to be honest, I don't really care who wins. I'm going to pick Buddy Murphy coming out. Alexa Bliss hosting WrestleMania. I mean, they can't put her in any of the championship matches. And maybe she'll be in the Women's Battle Royal. But it's nice that she's hosting. Alright, so I'm not going to predict the order of the show. All I know is it starts off with a bang and ends with a bang, and we already know what the main event is, how the show's ending. But we'll get to that. So first I'm going to talk about the Women's Battle Royal. Oh, my poor Asuka. Oh, WWE, what are you doing? I swear you don't know what to do with great talent. It's so upsetting. Asuka is such a great talent, and she's going to be relegated or delegated to this Battle Royal. And this is basically for all the women that aren't in any of the major storylines for the women, which Asuka should be. But I mean, in this match, you're gonna have like anyone in the singles. So like the Riot Squad, Mandy Sachs, Sonya Deville, Carmella, Naomi. I think I said. You get the point. All the B players, we could call them, in the women's division are gonna be here, and
In my opinion, there's only two people that can win this because they're trying to push them hard, and that's Mandy Sachs or Asuka. Asuka, I want her to win because I don't think it was fair that she lost her title, and now she's here. I mean, you got to give her a consolation prize, so let her have a WrestleMania moment. So next up, I want to talk about the Women's Tag Team Championship match, and we got the Boss 'n' Hug Connection, Sasha Banks and Bayley defending their titles against Nia Jax, Tamina versus the Iconics versus Natalya coming out of retirement, Beth Phoenix. I gotta be honest, Beth Phoenix still looks pretty good. She's in good shape. You know, it's nice to see a Hall of Famer come out of retirement for a match with this one. It is nice, but in my opinion, Nia Jax and Tamina, if they were gonna win these belts, they should have already won them at the last pay-per-view. The Iconics, I love their gimmick, but let's be honest, they're not the best wrestlers. I think they'll wait for them to maybe improve. And then, I mean, for Natalya and Beth Phoenix, that's legitimate, but I don't think Beth is going to be here that much longer after WrestleMania. But to be honest, it's Boss 'n' Hug Connection. They're running those titles, and I think they're going to hold them for a little while longer. So there are a few men's single matches that are happening for WrestleMania that aren't for championships, but probably will hold weight after WrestleMania is over. So I'm going to start with Kurt Angle's retirement match. This is awful, in my opinion. Out of all the people they could have chose for him to wrestle for his final match, he's going to go up against Baron Corbin. Oh, come on. Yo, I'm going to be honest. It was cool when he's in his GM thing, but yo, Corbin, you're a waste, you. You're a waste. I personally don't believe in him. I never have. And I know WWE wants to give him a little push, but let's be honest. I don't buy it. In my opinion, Angle should beat him straight out. Angle should go out on top. All right, so we've got on paper what should be an absolutely hyped up match. AJ Styles versus Randy Orton. I mean, imagine this a few years ago. This would probably be one of the best matches to be put on. And you know, WWE had all the pieces to really do a strong build to hype this match up, but I don't think they did. I think they threw it together like last minute. I feel they knew they wanted to throw them in a match together at WrestleMania, but they didn't really know how to do it. They didn't book it right, and they had all the pieces. Orton's always punking the indie guys. AJ Styles is the indie guy. I'm picking AJ Styles. Straight up, he just re-signed with WWE, and Orton also re-signed, and he's a strong player for WWE, always has, but I feel he's had his time. AJ Styles, he's the best. So the next match I'm going to talk about, I think we all saw it coming and heard the rumors. We're having the implosion of the co-besties and the best tag team in the world, or whatever. We got The Miz taking on Shane McMahon. And you know, McMahon is playing the heel in this role, or this story, and The Miz is the face. I'm gonna be honest, I hate seeing The Miz as the face. I like him as a heel. That's where I buy into his character and believe in him. I don't know why they did this. Make The Miz cocky again. Make him arrogant. Make everyone want to hate him again. That's when The Miz is the best. In this match, to be honest, I don't really care. It would make sense for Shane McMahon to win so they can carry on the storyline, which I think they will. Alright, so next up, we got a grudge match that deals with two of the biggest players on Raw that don't really need a championship currently to have a great story. And that is a Scottish psychopath, Drew McIntyre. I love his resurgence in the WWE. He's a believable heel that can hold a title. Believe me, I believe in Drew McIntyre. And he's taking on the returning Big Dog Roman Reigns. He's coming to defend his yard. And they built this story kind of good, you know, because Roman Reigns is coming back from leukemia. I believe it. And you know what? I mean, everyone feels sorry for him because he got beat down by McIntyre like twice. And then his brethren in the Shield, Ambrose and Rollins, both lost matches to McIntyre. So for McIntyre, it's completing the trifecta and really taking out the Shield. For Roman Reigns, it's his comeback and getting his WrestleMania moment. But in my opinion, I think Drew McIntyre should win. You know, push him as a heel and push him to be able to win a championship and put him in that title picture. So I'm going to talk about what is maybe thought to be one of the more popular matches. But again, the way WWE built this, I'm not impressed. Like, we all heard the rumors Batista was coming back, and it was going to be Batista versus Triple H for the quote-unquote Triple H WrestleMania moment that he always has to have, right? Which is great, you know, he's still in great shape. But these two, we've seen this. And let's be honest, I don't think what they do now is going to be comparable to anything they've done. Triple H can't get Batista, man. He looks like a jacked up bucket. Honestly, I'm sure he's going to give Triple H a good beatdown, but in the end, Triple H wins this. Alright, so next up I'm going to chat about the mid-card titles. And I'm going to start with the United States Championship. And it's a great match, to be honest. They did a little build to this over the few months. Not directly, but there was a build because these two individuals did wrestle in matches against each other over the last couple of months. And that's going to be the current champ, Samoa Joe, holding that U.S. title. Thank God Joe finally got a title in WWE. I'm so happy about that. And, you know, his challenger is Rey Mysterio. Amazing wrestler. I can't take anything away from Mysterio. And I wouldn't be surprised if Mysterio won, because it's believable he holds that title. And the rumor was he was going to have a program with Andrade. And Andrade was going to beat Mysterio because Mysterio is obviously trying to put over Andrade. However, Joe just won that title. Joe deserves a title. Joe needs a title. And it doesn't hurt Ray if he loses to Joe. And all this does is help build Samoa Joe up. So this brings us to the Intercontinental Championship. Now Lashley definitely needs a title because, I mean, he's come back to WWE and he hasn't really had any huge spots. So him winning the Intercontinental Championship is big and it helps his character. Also with his boy Lio Rush being his mouthpiece, it makes sense, right? He's going up against Finn Balor, you know, well deserving of his championship. And he actually did win the championship in a handicap match where if Lio Rush or Bobby Lashley would win, he'd lose the title. Of course, Finn Balor pinned Lio Rush and he held the title. And he held it for a while until Rush got a match, a rematch, where Bobby Lashley won the title from Finn through a distraction from Lio Rush. So the whole thing I see is, in my opinion, they're trying to give Finn Balor his WrestleMania run. And the reason being is, you know, he kind of jobbed to Brock Lesnar, which I think everyone knew, which was unfortunate. But I think Finn Balor gets his WrestleMania moment and wins that IC. Alright, so let's get into the main events here. And I'm going to start with the Universal Championship. We got the champion Brock Lesnar defending against the Royal Rumble winner, my boy, Seth Rollins. Burn it down, brother. Burn it down. Because you know what? I'm sick of Lesnar holding up the Universal title. Don't let the man hold up the title. And it would be such a great story. Seth Rollins winning his first Royal Rumble and slays the beast. It makes sense. Let him be another Grand Slam champion and follow in his footsteps of his brother Roman Reigns. Alright, so this next match is what I'm most excited for on this whole card. There's something to do with this, a different version, but definitely something to do with this. And I feel it's the hottest thing in WWE right now. It's all about Kofi-Mania, baby. Kofi-Mania. And I love the way this all came together. Kofi Kingston has been a solid wrestler for the WWE. And I'll admit, I never really saw him as a heavyweight title contender. But I gotta be honest, by hook or crook, whether it was luck or not, he filled that slot and he took the most of his opportunity. And he's got me believing, straight up. I'm buying into Kofi-Mania. I love the whole gimmick that Daniel Bryan has with the WWE Championship. And, him being a pretentious planet champion, pretentious vegan, we'll say, and him sort of reversing the roles and being like, oh, Kofi's a P-Pups player, very hypocritical. And whether Kofi wins or not, I don't know. But this is what everyone's going to be tuning in for. And you better believe everyone is going to be cheering for Kofi Kingston, including myself. All right, so let's get to the main event. And this is historical because this is the first time a women's championship match has headlined WrestleMania. This is huge for the women empowerment. You've got Charlotte, one of the hottest things, Becky Lynch, and you got a big money draw, Ronda Rousey. And it's all for the Raw Women's Championship. But, like I said earlier, Charlotte beat Asuka for the Women's SmackDown Championship. So you got 2 championships in this match. But, I mean, the whole thing was, it always should have been Becky versus Ronda. Becky fought her way up the ranks, and she got the hype. She's hot, and she deserves her moment at WrestleMania against Ronda Rousey. But I understand with Becky getting injured here and there, WWE's worried, so I feel they threw Charlotte in for that reason, just in case anyone got hurt. It could still be a singles match. The build for this, I wasn't a fan of. Like, suspensions, and then she's out of the match, and then she's in the match, then she has to wrestle to be put back in the match. I feel they could have done this better. Look, I'm pulling for Becky. I think Becky should win. She doesn't need to be on SmackDown anymore. She should be on Raw, especially if Rousey's leaving, because they're going to need another huge woman to be on that show. Wow. Damn, y'all, that was a long rant. And to be honest, I can't believe this belt stayed on my shoulder the whole time. So, if you're still with me, I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for making it to the end of this rant with me. But you know what? These were just the champs' predictions of what's going down for WrestleMania. And maybe you agree with me, maybe you don't, or maybe you have something to add. But how am I going to know unless you let me know? Right? So how do you do that? Well, first you can start by liking, commenting, or sharing on this video. That's for starters. Or you can hit us up at these places. RatedNStudios@gmail.com. Our Facebook fan page @RatedNStudios Inc. Our Instagram accounts @RRayma1 or @RatedNStudios. Or what we always pray and hope for and appreciate. Please like and subscribe to our YouTube channel, which is youtube.com/RatedNStudios. So, we came, we saw, we conquered, and the champ's still here. So you know what? Until the next time, be rowdy, but in a safe way. I'll see y'all on the next round. Enjoy Mania, y'all.